Hello, and welcome to Bitesize with Pete and Kristen. This is week 4. My name is Emily Johnston. I am the marketing manager here at TechPlan. I just wanted to send you a quick reminder if you have any co-branded marketing materials you want created or co-branded event sponsorships, please reach out to us. We'd love to work with you.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Emily. So just to follow up from that in terms of marketing, so we had such a huge success with our last video, over 3,600 views to date, which we're so pleased with, that we've decided to incentivize our valued LinkedIn subscribers. So after this video finishes, click on the link to the TechPlan page and hit subscribe. From there, you'll be able to track any tech plan videos and photos that come up, and we're going to give away one lucky subscriber this week a Amazon gift card for $50. So after this video finishes, click the link.
Okay. And also, this originally started as a way for us to educate our channel partners and resellers on Vertiv products and how they apply to your customers, how to best sell them, and we have been giving away $50 gift cards each week for our 10:30 on Friday WebEx. So we appreciate so much you guys joining us and participating in this, and please join Friday because we'll be giving another gift card away for $50.
Fantastic stuff. Okay, great. So before we dive into the product itself for this week, I thought I'd give a quick recap on the show. So each week on Bitesize, we cover a different Vertiv product, and we cover it to provide you guys with different solutions on different within the Vertiv portfolio.
Why don't you tell them how we connect to Vertiv?
That's a good point. Okay. So Vertiv is a manufacturer that provides different brands such as Avocent, Liebert, which I'm sure you guys are all familiar with, Geist, which is new to our portfolio, and TechPlan is the local North Texas sales office for all Vertiv solutions. So what have we got today, Kristen?
So today, we're going to talk about our factory integrated cabinet that we really mostly use for customers moving into colo. And like Pete said, we're the local office for Vertiv, and we, for 46 years, have been selling things into the data center, all from Liebert, Vertiv, things like air conditioning and UPSs. And while we've maintained long relationships with so many of the customers in our area in their data center, we all know that the trend has been for quite a while to move into co-location. And so as our customers were doing that, we were very fortunate to work with most of the colo companies and provide power and cooling, but our customers then lost touch with that piece of it. And so we wanted to stay relevant with them and work with them in the white space, and how do we best do that, and how do we not just push product, but provide something that's going to solve a problem for them when they're moving into colo. And that was to give them an integrated cabinet. We provide the cabinet, and then all the things inside of it that give them visibility and management, and a simple solution moving in and taking care of everything after they're already in the co-location facility.
Awesome. Thanks for that. And that's a great summary for why the end users themselves particularly like this solution. So what I wanted to quickly talk about is why the colo providers also really enjoyed the solution. So the feedback that we've got when we've provided this to some existing customers here in DFW is that they particularly like the fact that it's one item that is delivered on site. They can track the delivery of one item versus multiple in terms of estimated delivery times. Makes it a lot easier to manage. And one of the biggest things, surprisingly, was the reduction in the amount of trash actually on the white space. So if you imagine, there's a much greater reduction in the amount of cardboard on the white space, which is obviously a really big thing for colo providers who want to provide a clean and nice, attractive view for their prospective customers.
Right, and so let's talk about also, while we have the door shut, we label these at the top to the nomenclature of the floor plan at the co-location facility. So each cabinet is identified by a label that's on the front, the back, and the inside. And so that way when this rolls in, and it's full of all the equipment that they're not receiving all this equipment for, they know exactly where it goes and they can move it right onto the floor. It makes it very easy, quick, and simple. Oh, Pete, we'll talk about the lock.
Absolutely. So, as demonstrated here, we have one of our biometric locks available on the cabinet. The great thing about this is we can tie this into the solutions within the cabinet that Kristen's going to talk about in a second, our Avocent solutions. So when a customer buzzes into the cabinet, it can track that access point, and then they can see that in their customer log, all tracked within our Avocent UMG, which why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about?
Sure. So actually, one of the big problems that customers have is their lack of on-site technicians to be able to take care of the IT equipment. And so with our Avocent product, we offered a universal management gateway. Say that 3 times fast. And so what it provides is ports it's a switch. It's an appliance that we'll install at the factory, and it has ports on the back of it that they're auto-sensing, you can plug anything into it. So if you have servers and you need VGA, kind of KVM type service, plug in. If you've got routers, networking equipment, there's serial ports that you plug into, and everything's auto-sensing, so you don't have to pick how many serial or how many VGA. Also, we plug our power strips into there, so everything feeds back through there, and there's a software package called DSView. And DSView is then how all of their employees or vendors, anybody needing to get inside of IT equipment, can then go through DSView and access. They can power cycle, which is often the biggest problem. Something just needs to be turned on and off. They can push software. Anything that they could do standing in front of this other than physically picking it up, they can do remotely, which means that then they're not deploying somebody to go on site, which takes a while for people to get there, or it could be totally out of state from where their IT team is. And it also means they don't have to use the on-hand service that can be kind of expensive. They're able to manage and control all that themselves. I forgot to point out the temperature sensor. So we'll install these temperature sensors at the factory too, and all of this information, again, running back through to the customer so that then they're able to see what the environmentals are in their space.
Great stuff. And then one last thing in terms of the monitoring and controls, we also offer a factory integrated at the factory itself, products like RF code for asset management. So we can tie all of these solutions through the UMG and provide the customer with that viewability of seeing what's going on with their IT equipment while it's located off-site in a colo provider. So why don't we talk for a second about the power distribution, Kristen?
Okay, sure. And the power distribution, we have power strips back here, and one of the biggest things it does for the customer is it allows them to kind of cross-check against what they're being charged from an energy consumption standpoint. So they can monitor the power draw. They can also, all the way down to the outlet level, they can power cycle equipment down to the outlet level. And one other thing I really want to point out that is great about this is that while the colo space is being fit out, this is all being built at the factory. We provide a blueprint with all of the information for each cabinet. Often the networking cabinets have a different SKU than the server cabinets. All the security is built in, but it's also like the RF code, making sure the tags aren't blocked by any power strips. The things need to be mounted on the side. All of this is done at the factory so that you don't have a bunch of people in your white space trying to fit all of their equipment in before the customer's real need is to put their IT load in it. So this is all vetted and fixed and figured out at the factory, so you're not having a big finger-pointing session when they move into the colo space.
Awesome. So great stuff. So that kind of sums it up for the factory integrated cabinet. Hopefully you enjoyed this week's video. One last quick little surprise. As requested by Kristen, she said if we got over 3,000 views for our last video, that she wanted her very own wind machine so that she could do a little Beyonce impression. So over to you, Kristen.
Old people need wind machines, and if we could make this in black and white, I'd love it. But this is my mic drop moment.